and you can be peace of mind. Otherwise, you don't want to do it. You have Facebook Live now. It's live. Okay? Facebook Live every morning. Give you nearly 2 hours, 2 hours of what we're teaching every day. You have Facebook Live and you have YouTube Live. Okay? If you go in and you go home, you look at it, you're going to review what you are. And later on, you can go back again. And if you don't want, they will be in universaltao.tv. Have every single languages in the world that translate me. Okay? And that is have about, I think, more than 10,000 hours of my 30 years of teaching. The recording down like this. Okay? But in this is the first time we have a mini studio here. We're editing finished. If for example you want today, you order today, 5:30 you pick it up, finish. Okay? So that's all. If you want 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. And believe me, I do it for you, for my heart. I want you to get something, and it's going to be your whole life. And you believe that a lot of people, when they do it, they really get the life change. Okay? Now, for the first step, we want to so this is the transmit we unlike the people that working here, otherwise please not walk this way. Okay? Okay. 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 So the theme we want to do today is awakening the healing light, and we're going to talk about the violet light, and that is my expert. Okay, and this violet light in the US, in Europe, they spend so much money. At least we know that they spend $48 billion to put the whole universe covered with violet light. Okay, and this picture took altogether 1 million pictures, and it wasted for 48 billion euros to prove that this picture is the real color of the universe and the real light. And this light have, so the whole series we're going to talk about, this light have intelligence. So this is very important. They have intelligence and they have wisdom, and it's like a network interconnecting together. Wide web. Okay? No, okay? So there are wisdom, knowledge, and in the network interconnecting together, like a brain interconnecting together. So our brain actually, when you learn how to know it, you're connecting to the universe. Okay? And this light, they put that. Okay? This light, they put that it have a lot of healing power, and the light can be programmed. Okay? So if you trust me, when I guide you through, I help you program. And the most important part, don't worry. It seems like a lot of steps, but it's a link. What is link? In our world now, most important part is what? Link. Yes or no? Get the right link. That's it. And all I help you get the right link. When you have the link, they have connection. Okay? And you just follow me. You go home tonight, only one practice. You do it, and all the link I helping you today going to become out. And you trust me. Okay? I trust the experts. They have been doing so long for that. Okay? And so now the first thing we want to do is So every system they talk about, but the Tao is the expert on this because we're not involved with religious or belief, but with the expert of the how to make your physical healthy and how to manage, develop your soul and spirit. So we are technology, nothing involved with belief system. Only we are the expert, so you are know-how. Okay. And that's it. By the end, you say, hey, this is right. Okay. So the first thing we're going to talk about the primordial life. So we need to awakening this primordial life. Okay. And we come up with the primordial force, or we call the earth force, or we call the kundalini. Say what you know. And you're going to see that the Tao already master control this kundalini for more than 6,000 years. And we know how to control it, and we know how to channel it, and that's what you're going to learn. Okay. If you know how to control it, you never get trouble. And the next one is primordial Tao. So the Tao believe that no matter who you are, one time in your life, all these things are going to come to you in different forms. Sometimes the sound coming, and you hear the sound, and it's day and night, and you think that you have ear problem. So what you do? You go and look for ear expert. And they give you all kind of medicine until the sound. They say, hey, I come and awakening you. You need to do something with your own body and your own soul. And you don't pay attention to that. You know what happens? The true sound, they say, bye-bye. Okay? Now, the light coming. The true light coming. You see light, you see this and see that, and you think you have eye problem. And what you do? Go to see all the eye experts in the world, and they say, oh, you have something wrong here, something wrong there, and finally they think that, hey, you better see psychiatrist. Something wrong here. You always see this and see that, you know. And one day when the lights come in, activate you, and you don't do anything in your body, in your spiritual work, and the light said bye-bye. They will come once more when the end of our life. That's it. The light coming in and it's going to lead you back to the source. If you don't know how to work with it, you cannot recognize it, you cannot connect with it. And no matter what you believe, this light going to come. That's all. Now, the worst one is this, primordial force, the kundalini. Sometimes you don't do anything, bang, force coming out. It's always activated by the sexual energy. So everything have a link. Everything has a link. In the primordial light, the link is love. Okay? If you can radiate out love, joy, happiness to the mid eyebrow and make a line out and help you to make connect, you get the light. That's all. Everything is a link. Yes or no? So that's why when I travel, I'm so afraid of when you go into the Russia or France or Germany, if they write you an email, I tell you, I never can get in because the way they write is so different. Unless they print for me, you know. Okay, I get the wrong link, you're never gonna find the guy anymore. Okay, link is the most important part. So when the force comes, it activates and it burning you because I'm missing one force. You're missing the primordial light. We call it the intelligent light, the wisdom one. And this primordial force or kundalini force, we call what? A power, a lot of power, but you know what? Less intelligent. It's less intelligent, and sometimes we say it's stupid. Hello? Sometimes we say this force is stupid. Why? It only have power, but not intelligence. It's running all over. Unless you are meeting, you put this force together with this. Now they are turned to be the complete life force, the power, the energy. Okay. So the first step, we want to awakening this further life. So you're going to learn all the time the creating cycle. the back to the body wisdom, the inner mind, and creating cycle. And this is the cream of the cream you have to understand. Okay? And now there are more and more proof that in the Tao always talk about 5 major organs. Okay? And these 5 major organs in the Tao listed as the medicine. Okay? A 5 major medicine, if you have them work together, it become a big pharmacy. So you have a medicine and pharmacy, and if you don't know how to use them, you get big trouble. Because organs is run according into the elements. And all these elements involved with our body and involved with we call counteract or fight or element we call a conflict cycle. Okay, so we have so the worst thing in the Tao, and now all the medicine we know that. So every day say, there are medicine they give you side effects. You must warning, and it's exactly like that. So we said, so we like to have a creating cycle. So we call positive emotional cycle, creating cycle. So we said it's very simple. Okay, if you understand it, it's going to your life. Your whole life is going to be so useful. So we said the wood, we say liver. Okay, so that's why it have to link with organ. The wood creating fire. We say the wood it can support and burn to the fire. Okay, and when the fire burns, it's creating what? Energy, chi, prana, air. Okay, and the side effect of the fire burning is going to what? Ashes. So ashes add up into the earth. So we said fire creating earth. That is the spleen, the pancreas, and the stomach. It's so important. And I don't know how to stress you if you want to learn the Tao. This is the cycle. Okay? And this cycle, the earth creating the metal. Okay? You have big earth, you dig, you can find metal. So we call, so they have a children, a parent and children, parent and children, parent and children, creating cycle. Okay? So the metal, we are symbolic rain, lake, and mountain. If you have mountain and have tree and a lake, what are you going to get? Extract rain. Yes or no? Hello? Yes. So if you chop down all the trees, what happens? You're not going to extract any rain, and you have no lake and no tree and no mountain, no rain. So we call metal extracting rain. And you add up more water into the kidney. We don't talk about that, but we always talk about expert, right? You know, to make a doctor an expert in heart, they have to study how many years? 12, past 8 years, past another 5 years general expert, and another 5 years to be organ heart expert. It's maybe getting old. So your expert is 30 to 40 years old. To be a heart expert, and to be a liver expert, and to a digestion expert, and to the absorption expert, and to all this kind of organ expert. Why? When the organ damaged, when nothing to change, we die. When you cannot change your organ, we die. Yes or not? If the brain damaged, you can live on, organ okay. But we cannot talk to anybody and make decisions. You see what important? You see the importance? But for my master, so you're going to believe me, my master said, if you take care of 5 major organs, you take care of a million, 100,000 problems you have. 5 major organs work as a team, it will take care of all the power. Okay? Now when the 5 major organs are in this cycle, okay? When they're in this cycle, we call what? A curing cycle. a creating cycle, a counteract cycle, a destroy cycle. So what is destroy cycle? Water can do what to the fire? Can put off the fire. So now it become enemy, right? They become enemy. Now, metal can do what to the wood? Cut down the wood. And you know, sometimes you take a medicine, kill the kidney, it hurt your heart. It's very exactly the same. Sometimes you taking a medicine for the asthma or for any lung problem, it hurt the liver. Yes or no? And the liver hurt what? All the digestion. The stomach, the spleen, pancreas. And the stomach hurt what? It blocked the water. The earth blocked the water. Now what you have? You have a cell conflict. You're making a war within yourself. And now we know that what? This 5 major organ is what? It's the training camp of all your army and soldiers. Yes or not yes? Digestion is the biggest training camp. Okay? All the white blood cells have to go to the intestinal tissue to train. Liver, kidney is a big training camp. If you are fighting each other and try to destroy each other, the first thing what you're going to do? Destroy the camp. Right? So the Tao said, the first thing if you have negative emotion and fighting each other, the first thing is what? You are destroying your immune system. Big trouble. And now your stem cell, your repairman, the engineer is all gone also. So what you end up when you have training camps shut down, what you're going to have? What kind of soldier you have? It's quite stupid soldier. You know that? And why is stupid? You look at the enemy, you look at the bacteria and the enemy coming, they don't know who they are. And you say, hey, who are you? You ask the enemy that who are you? What they do? They shoot you first. Right? Okay? But when they train to be army, what they do? They shoot first and no question asked. They boom, I know you are enemy. No question asked, I shoot you first. Now, if you knock down you knock down with all this emotional, all the organs get big trouble. And the problem in our society now is what? The mind is never in your body. And the brain are built to do what? Hello? You know what the brain built to do what? Money, 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 money. Yes? Everything outside. Now we are nearly 80 to 90% mind outside. But the brain at 80 and 90 have to control and control the inside body function. Yes or no? When this conductor gone, what happened? If a conductor in the subway gone and a conductor in the air traffic gone, what happened? Huh? That's how you take out this conductor here and doing other things, and what happens to the inside safety, digestion problems, and all kind of problems you start to get. You see the point? So the first step you have to back to your body wisdom. Very simple. Okay. So you understand that? You have the idea? And the first thing you have to go to the back to the body, and the second step is what? Emotional wisdom, and the third step is born again process in the Tao process. The Tao talk about born again for many thousand years, at least 6,000 years. Okay, and so we're going to start with the awakening, the healing light. So I'm going to help you. And first step, we have to understand one simple one. What we're going to learn in today, and if you get it, you change your life. That's it. Okay? It's embryonic breathing. Okay? Or we call the internal breath. So the Tao said, a baby in a mother womb, what they do? They don't use the nose to breathe. Yes or no? They know nose breathing. Yes? Okay. So they have a circulation, and they have, so a baby, they already have diaphragm. What is diaphragm? We have how many diaphragms? 4 diaphragms. What is 4? It's creating a suction. Yes? Right? So the diaphragm move up and down, and we feel the diaphragm up and down, and we cranial diaphragm up and down, up and down. When we do that, what happens? It's creating what? A suction. When the suction stops, what happens to us? We all die. Simple or not? So these 4 diaphragms is that we call the muscle of what? Muscle of life. And now when you are a baby, these 4 diaphragms actually are working, but not involved with breathing, but involved with what? Involved with a true breath. Okay? A true breath. That means when we stop this normal breath started to begin. And that is the key. So if I can get you to aware, hey, I feel my neck eyebrow breathing, another suction creating inside me. So what is suction? It's a big compact underground. What's the most important thing about that? Huh? What the air? How the air come in? A suction. Yes or no? Right? If somebody bomb a major suction, what happened to the whole underground compact? No air to breathe. See your point? So the suction. So when the normal breath stops, the true breath starts to begin. So you have a breathing we call a true breath breathing when we are speaking. You have it. And after when we born, the doctor hang us upside down and give us a big bang. Bang! And what happened to you? You cry, ah, and you take a first breath. But you have the true breath when you are in the mother womb. That's the first step. Okay? So and you're gonna see a baby skull are open. Okay? Are open. And they are in the Tao belief that the internal breath, the ambient breathing, are drawing primordial force when we are speaking to draw them in. Okay, and the baby grow. And when we grow up, a baby, we still stick the tongue towards to the palate. We still stick the tongue up. Okay, why? Because the orbit. So the Tao says, hey, when you are in a baby, you have this energy in the orbit. And we're going to see that why the orbit is so important. Because everything in this world are spinning in orbit. Every motor, everything, every car, everything are spinning in a wheel. Aeroplane is spinning in a wheel. Yes or no? Everything spinning in circles. Okay? When they're not spinning right in circle in one way of no return, you get trouble. If the moon says, but I fed up. I'm spinning around the earth for 5 billion years. I'm fed up. Okay? And the moon said, I want to run a straight line. I don't want to run circle anymore. And what happened? You're going to lose the moon. And the first thing you know what happened? Woman will not have menstruation anymore. Affected by the moon. Okay? And the marine life not going to lay egg anymore. The flower not going to blossom because they follow the moon cycle. You see? It's a simple one. And if the earth says, I am spinning around the sun too long, I'm so fed up. Okay? I want to get out. I want to make a straight line running out that way. You know what happened? All artists bye-bye and they say finish. Right? And through that the earth not decide to running a straight line. Okay? If you go into a straight line no return, what you gonna get? The end of the cycle of the yin yang cycle, a Tai Chi cycle is finished. Nothing gonna be spin. So the first step, you're going to feel that, hey, they are breathing in all this area. They're breathing in the mid eyebrow, and this one in the Tao we don't call it, we call the heavenly eyes. In here we call the heavenly eyes. Okay. And you can see we have a lot of cracks that you can breathe in. And that's the first thing you have to get this. All these cracks, it can have a suction and breathe in the primordial breath, not a normal breath. Okay? And so let's look at this four diaphragm. So this is one of the French research, okay, and he do a lot of research with the Qigong, okay, and he have so much research about how all these four diaphragms, and you're going to see that where the Tao. So we're going to be a four diaphragm is for normal breathing, but I told you already, four diaphragm is beginning when you are seated in the mother womb. They're already moving, and they are suction primordial breath, the universal primordial light, primordial breath, primordial force. They draw them in. They draw them in. Okay. So the four diaphragm. So you're going to see it start with the cranial diaphragm. That is the cranial, breathing. So we know now it's the cranial is very important. And it start with the lulling diaphragm. Okay. And nowadays we only use one. We speak too long, too much. Okay. So we call the thoracic diaphragm. And the Tao is the expert on the perineum, and cranial. This is you're going to learn the perineum and cranial. So the four diaphragm we call the muscle of life. When you adapt it and turn, we call them the spiritual muscle, because we breathe in the spiritual force into us. So spiritual force not go to the nose. Okay. So when we breathe, the four diaphragm, if you do it right, the four diaphragm are activated. Okay. And when the four diaphragm activate, the first thing you have good health. Yes or no? We bring in life force. When when diaphragm are gone, you're gone. Hmm? And when this spiritual as above, so below, as below, so above. So this muscle is very important and also called the spiritual muscle. Why? Because when you activate them internally, they draw in the force. So this four diaphragm is going to work a lot. Okay? And we have to kick them into our embryonic. We have to bring them into embryonic breathing. When you bang get the embryonic, the rest is so synchronous. Because you can breathe in so many different power, but in different forms, in different places. Okay. So the first step, we need to find the space, or we call a master suction. Okay. So that is the most important part, is the master suction. So this is the one. And I tell you, this is 3 years ago, the West discovered that finally we discover the most important part of our body is a brain. In the lower part brain, we call the abdominal brain, and they give a name called mesentery. And you know what they say? We have to change all the anatomy books, and they study to change it. All the anatomy books, they study to change, because they never understand there are brain controlling digestion and absorption. So this area we call absorption area. This area up we call digestion area. Okay. So exactly this is 2,500 years history. So the Tao said, listen. So everybody touch the navel, and there are two ways to find. One, from the navel coming down, we call 1.5 inches. Okay, everybody? Everybody have a idea how the 1.5 inches feel like? So have the same measurement like me, huh? Okay. So from here, below the navel, you exhale, pushing down, and now you put your finger, push a little bit more to the back. We call, you feel the head, it's touching nearly to the spine, and when you feel on the spine there, and that is your lower dantian fire. Okay, a lower dantian fire. So we call this the lower dantian fire. That's the first step. Okay, and this lower dantian fire is exactly, I don't know, it's just exactly explain this area. And this lower dantian fire, the Tao say what? The major part of this fire is what? Tell you exhaustion. Important, not exhaustion. After 4-5 hours of digestion, the next thing who do the job? The small intestine do exhaustion job. Why? The heart has to, that is what? 11 to 1 is the heart, and 1 to, I think 1 to 3 is the small intestine. So the heart and the small intestine work as a team for what? To bring the nutrition that the small intestine exhaust, and what they do? Feeding to what? 50 trillion cells, you know? 50 trillion, you know, trillion? How big is a trillion? 1,000 billion, you know? We have, before that we have millionaire, and now we have what? Billionaire, and now like Google, like Apple just make 1 trillion. 1 trillion. The income come up to 1 trillion. But too bad, huh? I'm the American citizen also, and too bad, huh? American budget is what? Deficit is what? Actually, I want to take a picture. I asked Charlie, I want to take a picture. Because on the square, a Union Square, they have the number. At first, I don't know what is the number. And the number keep on ticking. And it's what? 22 what? Trillion deficit. And every second, what you pay? I think it's 10 or 20,000 every second. Interest. A trillion is a lot. You feed 50 trillion guys. That's a lot of work. We have what? 7.5 to 7.8 population. How many restaurants we have in this world? How many food farmers, food and farm and industry making food? Just to feed these 8, nearly 8 billion people. It's a lot of work, right? Imagine exactly on the lumbar too. So let's find this point. So we have to learn 2 points. So don't confuse with that, okay? Narrow. And you make a line to the back, and that is about the lumbar too. It's about lumbar too, okay? Lumbar too. And this lumbar too is what? This lumbar too we call door of life, and the west have exactly the same spot, lumbar too. And you have a branches of the mesentery come up, and they stated it control what? Digestion. So we say duodenum, stomach, pancreas, liver. So these are branches of the brain. This is the brain. This nervous system, yellow one is the nervous system, like a brain, control all. This is a big thing. Yes or no? You have what? Liver, gallbladder, duodenum, pancreas, stomach, and the spleen. They are doing health digestion. And during the digestion, you have too many people work as a team. What you need? You need a team leader. You need a controller, yes or no? You need a conductor, yes or no? If this conductor is gone, what are you going to get? And the Tao said we need this fire. The most important is the fire. So you need this fire. So we call kidney fire. So kidney fire control what? Digestion. So if this fire gone, your digestion not good. If this fire no there, your absorption not good. Big trouble. Food supply stop. What happened? At first time I remember that 35 years ago I came here, and that time have a big storm. That's the first year I come here, a big storm. My friend told me, he said, hey, you have to go to the grocery and buy all the food because tomorrow you're going to get a storm. And I go there, you know what happened? Everything's empty shell. And I said, oh my God, what are they going to do? If they have 5 days storm, I have nothing to eat. and and tomorrow, you know. And I said, let's try to go see. If I have nothing, maybe they have something from that. When I go there, you know what happened? Everything food there and fresh. People buy all the old cans. Now they have the new can coming in, new canned food and all kind of food. Nowadays we don't have that problem, right? And before that, maybe 50 years ago, 100 years ago, when the snowstorm comes, oh my God, what are we gonna do? We have no more food. Big trouble, right? So this is digestion. This is absorption. You get the point? It's a two part. So two fire, Dantian fire and kidney fire. Is that okay? And again, this is we call a master suction. What is master suction? Hello? What is master suction? This is lie. This is lie. When this suction not work, this is very big trouble. But this suction going to creating an internal suction. And we're going to try that. Okay. So let's stand up. But do something. Somebody on the projector. Hey, I think you are on. You over there. And you, hello. Can you over there? Some more stay. Hello. Can you move there? Yeah. I think you're on camera. Here, over there. No, both of you. Okay. Okay. Can you see me? Okay. So now we're going to do this beginning. We're going to kick into the primordial breath. If you get it, you have it. Okay. So let's start with simple touch the navel area. And this very simple practice. Okay. If you believe that this area contains all the major organs. So this area contains what? Digestion, absorption, and elimination. Right? So we know the digestion. Okay? All the liver, gallbladder, spleen, pancreas, stomach. And absorption is from all the small intestine. Elimination, what you have. Is that okay? Okay. The lung is the number one elimination. Right? If we stop breathing in and exhale out CO2 for a few minutes, what do? You die. Now the second elimination is what? Kidney. If kidney not filter out the blood, maybe 1 or 2 days we also die. Okay. Now the third elimination is large intestine. If the concentration maybe a few days, you feel okay. Okay. But after 3 days a week is not very good. In the Tao said, when you go up to 3 or 4 days, the stool gonna stuck in your brain. Oh, because all the toxins from here go up to the brain. So that's why your stool stuck in the brain and you cannot think, Okay. So this is the elimination. If you take the digestion, absorption, elimination out, what we have inside the body. There's nothing there. There's nothing left. We are empty cells. Yes or not? Yeah. So this simple abdominal breathing is so simple. You just have to do it. So we start with normal breathing. Okay? So you put the hand here, one hand here and one hand here. So important part is you breathing. So normal breathing. Inhale, expand. Exhale. So not too much on the chest. If you feel that, if you listen, if you feel like, you know what you're doing here, you control energy. Okay? And I am the master of it. In the world, I don't know. In the world, I'm one of the master of control the energy. That's all. If you don't control energy, energy control who? Control you. You're big trouble. You cannot control. I'm the master of it. Not only Europe and America give me a name, China give me a name. I'm the master of it. And in China, at Beijing University, they sent me as a professor for the inner alchemy. So you know that they recognize me. Okay? So I'm the master of the energy. Believe me. You follow me, you control your energy. Don't let energy control you. You follow me, you are the master of your emotional, not emotional control you. All the problem we have this world now is we don't have enough EQ. Yes? We have a lot of what? IQ. But we don't have emotional wisdom. We don't have EQ. EQ, we don't have it. And you don't have it, what you do? The emotional control you. And when you're working with energy, you know what happens? If you cannot control them, what they do? They control you and you get big trouble. Okay? So you see, if you do like this, you long. So you relax, try to relax here and inhale. Do it every day. Now that. Now rub it warm. That one will activate the lower Tantian fire, actually the small intestine. And you feel nice and warm. You feel nice and warm. I tell you, every day you do a few minutes of this, you have a better internal organ. Okay? Now, we're going to do a lot of reverse breathing. Okay? So all you do is touch the navel. Oh, another way to find that, you put your palm like this. So your thumb touch the navel, and the palm here, lao gong here, cover on the below the navel. Okay? So that is approximately the point here, pointed inside here, and all the way to the back. And this part will help you activate the fire inside. Okay? In the Tao, they call fire because you condense your focus, you are aware there, and you're breathing there, and you start to feel, hey, I feel warm, I feel fire there. So this is you born with it. And this fire continues burning until the end of our life. When the fire lesser, you don't have enough energy to run your life, and your absorption start to get trouble. Okay? Absorption start to get trouble because not enough energy, not enough fire there. And this point also is a master suction. If you turn on the master suction, now the other suction started to work. Okay, everybody? And later on, we're going to talk about this point is a big and master bio battery. Important, not important. Bio battery. When people burn out, the first thing what they burn? They burn out their this digestion and absorption. They burn out first. And what you get? Your battery is gone. Yeah? When your mobile telephone charged the whole night and you make a call and you die, what happens? You change your battery. Yes or no? But when this area cannot store energy anymore, what are you going to do? Change the whole intestine. Huh? You think so? No, that technology is not that ready yet, okay? We can change kidney, we can change heart, we can change liver. It's a lot of work. How many people waiting every day for changing the kidney? A lot, okay? Okay, reverse. So you put the hand here, and you find that. When you cover that, and you double beam, we call double. So when you palm to palm, we call double beam, okay? So if this palm to palm, you put it out in here. Now you see, hey, there are heat. You see the heat more on the back side. And now we're going to focus on the heat, and we're going to exhale. And now I'm going to lead you to bend. You're going to start to see, hey, I feel attraction. Okay, not the nose breathing anymore. Okay, so ready? So we below the navel. Everybody okay with me? Follow me. So exhale below the navel, 1.5 inches. Okay, exhale, round your back. You see, round your back. Now you press in, and you see something on the back. Okay, that is the location. You are looking for GPS. Okay, GPS. Because when you turn your eye, your mind into inside there, what happens? It's all dark. Yes or no? What is that? Now you have to find your GPS. Okay, location. Okay, and when you press the computer and you try the GPS, you press it, and next time what happens? Huh? You remember it, and all you do, what you do, press that place, and it come up to tell you, hey, turn left, turn right, turn right, turn left, you are there. Okay. If you cannot find the point, you turn your mind, it's blank. It's blank. Okay? So you need to find them. I have keep on banging on the same place. If you get this one, the rest easy. Okay, let's try again. So when we exhale and when we put in and you push and you say, hey, I feel something. And you suck in, inhale, you suck in, and you feel, hey, the abdominal touch the spine. The abdominal touch the spine. Now you hold for a moment and exhale, expand your stomach. Inhale, suck your stomach in. Exhale. Feel it. Feel the spot. And yeah. Now I want you to just touch the navel and your thumb touch the navel and tie. And I want you to start to breathe. Inhale. Now sucking in, very gentle. You see, in the moment you use effort to do the reverse breathing, and later on you are effortless, lesser effort, and you start to inhale, normal breathing, and you feel, oh, I feel I'm breathing walk backward, and the suction started to clear. Okay, so you inhale, sucking in. Now when you exhale, like you're blowing a fire down, you get a stick and blow a fire in. Exhale, down to the fire. And when you blow oxygen into the fire, what happens? The fire burning. Inhale. So you focus in behind here. Inhale. The feeling that you find. Exhale, you blow the air into the area and you feel starting to get low. Inhale. We call starting your stove. In olden time, no gas wired to your house. So every morning, cold winter, you have to start your stove first. Yes or no? When the fire not start inside your body, everything starts to cold. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay. So you sit down for a moment, you see this, and we're going to continue on. So this one is beginning the practice. So the formula that passing down few thousand years is very simple. When the normal breath stops, the embryonic breathing, the true breath begins. Okay, so that's very important. But we know that holding the breath, and we not need much. We need only what? 20 seconds. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. 20 seconds. Okay, or 25 seconds, or 30 seconds. That's it. No need more. Okay. When you do them right, the first step is going to kick on when you hold the breath to one level, and you have to learn how to rock. So let's start rocking. Okay. So when you learn how to rock, okay, when you hold the breath, you know what you can do? You know what you can do? Both you can sit right behind the camera, get the chair and sit there when you have to move, and you can see the slide. Maybe that because you're walking back and forth the camera. Yeah. Sorry, get the chair. I don't take it. Get behind where Anton. No, where Anton. Behind the camera. Behind the camera. Where Anton. Yeah. More back there, so you can see the camera. You can see the projector. You can move there, over there, more closer there. Yeah. Hello. Over there. Can you move this? Yeah. Okay. Can you see the projector? Okay, that's it. Okay, everybody. This is very important, believe me. A lot of you learn how to hold the breath, but now you're going to learn how to kick into the primordial breath. Okay, embryonic breathing. Okay, once you get it, it's very effortless. You're opening. When you open, when I give you the frequency, tell you, and I try to bring the light come here, you get it. Okay, you get it. If not, we're going to do it again afternoon and tomorrow. So don't worry. Okay, sometime in one time you're not going to get it. But without the light, without this true light, you have no way to do it. So the Tao always talk about ordinary light and the true light. The true light. Okay. So the true light is the light that not go to the breath and not go to the eye. So eyes are born to capture what? Capture light. Yes or no? When no light, you cannot capture. So the eyes are born to capture normal light. But when the true eye meeting with this mid eyebrow and the heavenly eye, a three triangle. Okay? At this three triangle, he started to make in capturing the true light. Okay? So when you capture the true light, here, it goes into here. It's a three triangle. So we say the left eye is the sun, the right eye is the moon, and this one in here is the star. So when you have these three things combined together, you capture the true light. And the true light will not go to the eye, and the true light will not go to the node. Okay, and it started to come in from here. Okay, and you have to feel it reading from here. You have a suction, and you feel a suction drawing in. Okay, so once you started to feel, hey, I feel something here, I'm breathing. And later on, we're going to work on the crowd, and you feel the crowd are breathing. Now you started to realize that, hey, I really feel the true light are coming in. Okay? And the true light, when you are teachers, they already come in. We talk about in the healing love. It's very important, the healing love. Okay? Because you're using the whole different energy. That is the Kundalini energy, the primordial force. Okay? And it activated by sexual energy, and that is how this energy have to come to the perineum and the soul. And that's why in the Tao we call $1 million point. So you're going to learn $1 million point. Why it become million? Because it's so important. That point is the actual chamber. Okay? The $1 million point, or we call the gate of life, is a reactor chamber. Okay? Because the force that you receive is like nuclear bomb. Because we have nucleus, we have atom, nucleus, the proton, neutron, and electron. Yes or no? So every cell has many atoms, and in atom you have electron, proton, and neutron. Okay, and its energy, when you put together, is immense, very powerful. Okay. So now, and after that, you're going to see the tongue have a suction, and then when the suction connects, it's connecting to all the glands. So you feel the tongue pull up, and the electricity vibrating in all the glands. You feel it activates every gland. So wherever you make connection, like this is the switch. When you put the switch up, the tongue pull up. So the suction, when you get the suction, the tongue pull up. When you pull up, the energy go right into the pituitary, hypothalamus, thalamus, and the pineal gland, and we have hippocampus and the amygdala. All these glands activate. By the tongue, electricity switch is turned on to activate the gland. And when it activates, you get the saliva. And when you see switch and station, it becomes elixir. And when you go on, more elixir becomes nectar. And you feel it. It's just coming down, because you activate the gland. And the gland secretion more. Okay? And that is the light. Okay? So that is the light. So everybody understand this? When the normal breath stops, so this one is going to hold the breath. When it stops, the two breaths. So the first thing, 4 diaphragm activate. That's the first step. And the second step, yin yang, or we call oxygen and CO2 balance. Okay. Oftentimes we have too much CO2 and not enough oxygen. Too much CO2 stay in the body. And CO2 has to filter out the oxygen, and we release the oxygen, and the cell takes the CO2. So CO2 and oxygen is what? 6 ratio. 6 to 6. If you can release 1,000 CO2, how much oxygen you can get in? Hello? 1,000. So it not matter how much oxygen you breathe in. It not matter. Okay? You can breathe in a lot of oxygen, but the CO2 cannot let go. Okay? The CO2 cannot trigger out the oxygen in the cell. It cannot release. And now we have the same. We have a lot of CO2 settled down in the organ, and that is the one causing us sick, very sick. Okay? Now, when you hold breath, the first thing 4 diaphragm activate. The second thing is CO2, oxygen balance. The third thing is activate the suction. Okay? So we're going to be, when you do, and you go beyond when you rock. When you rock, when you go beyond another 3 seconds that you need to do. Rocking makes you, it's like shaking you, and you can take more in. You can hold longer. When you hold longer, now, the CO2 want to get out. CO2 want to get out. And now, what happens? The diaphragm started to move. And the diaphragm says, hey, I need breathing. I need breathing. I need breathing. But if you can go beyond another 3 seconds, and the diaphragm says, oh my God, I cannot breathe. But if suddenly you remember what? Huh? When you are fetus, what do you do? A primordial breathing. So the diaphragm says, oh, when I am fetus, I have this primordial breathing. And it started to kick in, and suddenly you feel, hey, cranial activate. And after that, you apply this one here. When you start breathing, so when you start breathing, you use a soft, gentle suction. This is the primordial breath. Okay? So you use a soft, gentle suction, breathing to guide the 3 breaths. And you started to feel, hey, I'm very gentle inhale. Exhale very effortlessly. I feel mid-eyebrow breathing. And the next thing you're looking for, when you have enough primordial breath, to activate in the center of your mouth, a suction. Together with the throat. Now when you started to have that suction, now the tongue will officially go up. Because it's a lot of light coming in. Okay? So that is what you're going to do. So you look at this picture and we will continue practice. So when you hold your breath, the light coming in from the above, from here, and so no breathing, no breathing. But you cannot, remember, you cannot store energy in the head, and you cannot store energy in the heart. You only can store energy you can only bring energy down to the tongue. You know why? This is a great, I don't know, I can say a million great wisdom. You know why? Brain generate what? A lot of heat. Yes or no? It's like your computer. Like before we had Pentium. We burn out the computer. Unless we find the silicon valley. Alright, now we can make it not too hot. But the brain is too hot. Yes or no? Because when we think, it's faster than lightning. Yes? Is that hot or not hot? You put a gasoline or flammable material in a very hot place. You do that? Hello? Common sense or not? It's common sense? If you focus here all the time, is that common sense or not common sense? When you focus here too long, what happens? You're creating a lot of heat. So the Tao said, great a million times wisdom. Don't store energy here. Brain can send energy to a very far away and bring energy here and process it and send to anywhere they need. That is what the brain can do. Heart, hot or not hot? Pumping from when? 4 weeks when we are seated. Until when? When the start said, I need to take a vacation. Big trouble. So the heart never stops pumping, pump, creating a lot of heat. So in the Tao say, hey, you need to have a peritoneum. Cool down the heart. Okay? So the heart, hot or not hot? It's a hot area. So will you put a gasoline stored in the very hot area? No. Common sense. After 2 days, you say, hey, what I try to teach you not make sense, forget it. Okay? Just forget it. This don't make sense. Okay? When it makes sense, let's do it. Okay? Now you know what this one? From here down, what this one? We call the fire under the sea. What is the fire under the sea? You know, under the ocean, what you have the most? Huh? Volcano. Yes or no? You know how many volcanoes under the sea? And they explode all the time, you know that? All the time, every day. You are 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 under the sea bottom. You know what happened? There's no sun. And all the, this time I said I'm going to bring my son to see the natural history museum. That time when I'm there, they said they take one rock out of down from the sea in the volcano. I don't know how many of you watch that. You have to go to look at it. Right in the natural history here. They said they discovered a rock under the sea in the volcano and it's burning water, and they have what? The first cell. The first cell under the sea, right in the volcano. And they said, hey, this big rock, I think it's so big. Compared to that, it's very big. You go and look at it. I hope you see that many years ago. Okay? And they said, this is the first cell of this world. This whole world beginning from under the sea. So the Tao talk about what? The fire that gives life. Important, not important. The fire that under the sea, this fire is life. Yes, no? So what is the fire? Pantian fire and the kidney fire. These two fire is the fire under the sea is give life. Can you store more fire down there? Hello? Is that wisdom or not wisdom? Heart, very specialized, and you're going to know it. Heart, store love. So if you want love, where you go? Mind to your heart. You come to the right shop, and you're going to get the right thing you want to buy. You're looking for. Yes or not? If you love, joy, happiness, where you go? Go around. Why don't you love me? Why don't you love me? Why don't you love me? Yes? You're going to get it? You smile to your heart, activate the heart, open the heart, you activate the love. And love, you born, they already pre-programmed. You read that? The heart already pre-programmed. When you activate the love and you shining, the heart can do what? Shining and radiate. We call what? Wi-Fi. What the Wi-Fi do? Look for connection. Yes or no? Heart is Wi-Fi. And when you turn on, you look for connection. And when you have no connection, you know why? You turn off your Wi-Fi. When you have hatred, impatience, happiness, you turn off your Wi-Fi. You say, why everybody don't come to see me? Why nobody want to come to close to me? You know why? Because you turn off your Wi-Fi and you have hatred and impatience. When you open and feel love, joy, happiness, it's connection. And what happens? Even your dog knows. Even your cat knows. You go, hey, how are you? And they know it. When you hit them one, you know what happens? Oh, they see you, they run. Yeah. They know it. Heart and shining away. And if we program to connecting with what? If we program, you believe that? When you shining radiant out and looking for what? Unconditional love. Bang, you make connection. Unlimited love, universal love. When you have that turn on, bang, it comes. You need to do anything? No, just smile and feel love and shining radiant. That's it. Is that okay or not okay? Okay? Believe me. Believe me. It's too far for me to come from all the way over there, come here and tell you alive. and and I tell you, if I telling a lie for 40 years and nobody catch me, that is a good lie, huh? It must be a very good lie, huh? Telling so long and nobody catch me. But believe me, you're born with the connection. Yeah, okay? If you feel love, joy, happiness, and I help you to radiate out, then you get it. That's all. And your heart open. And you get it. Okay? Okay. So let's do that. Okay. Let's do this and after we take a break. Okay. Let's stand up. Now, in this part, you might, let's start with doing activate 7 pump. Okay? Activate the 7 pump. It took me a long time. It took me a long time to, we have the book called Circumcranial Qigong, okay? And that talk about 21 pump. And that is physiology, my student. He's looking for exercise. And finally, when you look at this study, you say, oh my God, I'm looking for so many years. All the activate the pump is all in the universal healing Tao practice. And so we're going to activate 7 pump. So we start from coccyx sacrum, door of light, T11, opposite the heart. So let's go to the point because this one learning point. First thing, sacrum. Everybody know your sacrum? Hello? So this is a this is the separate pump. Very important pump. Separate pump. And this is the spinal fluid flow. So that's why they say sitting too long is the new kind of what? Cancer. Why? You sit on the pump and the spinal cord fluid don't flow. Now the brain don't get enough nutrition. Okay? The brain don't get enough nutrition. The fluid. Now you're going to get what? Now they discover this is the beginning of what? Alzheimer's disease. And one day you enlighten. You started to ask people, who are you? And you started to ask yourself, who I am. It's a very enlightenment question, huh? It's very enlightenment. Oh, who are you? You say, oh my God, I don't know who I am. And you say, who I am? Oh, I don't know who I am. It's very enlightenment question, huh? Okay? And so the spinal cord breathing, okay? So now, door of light opposite the navel, okay, everybody? Okay? Now, come up to the solar plexus. Let's learn some point because you're going to use that. Navel and the sternum, tip of the sternum, break in the middle, and that is, we call the solar plexus, a mini sun. This is the golden color, okay? We're going to do that right here. If you get the gold color, and they have a very simple meditation, you get gold. This is secret for the Chinese, for the Tao practice, gold. If you have golden light in here, you receive more gold. Now, so navel, tip of, everybody find your tip of the sternum, a sharp point on the bone, tip of it. Hello? Who don't find that? Okay, because instructor can help you. So you touch, now you break in the middle. We call this point, we call solar plexus. And opposite the solar plexus, we call adrenal gland center. We call T11. Thoracic 11. We have 12 pieces of bone. So very, very important. You need to know that. Opposite there, and when you move back and forth like that, together with lumbar, that is the point of T11, adrenal gland center. Okay. Now, You come up to the tip of the sternum, and you come up about 1.5 inches, okay, about that. Okay. Now for men easier, if you touch the nipple, and we're going to have a lot of practice of nipple. And that is a healing love next Saturday and Sunday. I tell you, amazing. Taoism discovered the nipple connecting to all the glands. Okay? And the first thing is the nipple connecting to the uterus. Yes or no? When a baby sucks your breast, what happens? There is contraction. And that's how, for 5,000 years, Tao discovered that there is a woman's internal alchemy. Okay? So when you activate the nipple, the uterus contracts. Okay? That's the key. Because there is a third water. We call the uterus contraction. Uterus orgasm. They discovered that, but they said, sorry, if you have uterus orgasm or you have baby feed on the milk, what happened to your breast and uterus? You have very little chance to get uterus and breast cancer. Okay? And if you have uterus orgasm, you also have very little chance to get uterus orgasm. But they said, the research said, sorry, you know what? 85% to 95% of women cannot get the uterus orgasm. You know that? But if you practice with the nipple and make you know how to contract, you get it. And you can get out of the list of 85% of the ladies don't get it. Yeah. So nipple is very important. So man is easy. You touch your nipple and you find the middle here. Okay? And that is your heart center. Is that okay? And lady, you cannot use the nipple. So everybody has different anatomy. Okay? So you, from the tip sternum, come up 1.5 inches, and you tap here, you touch here, and that is your heart center. Okay? Okay. We have 3 hearts. When we work with the heart, we work with here. And when we work with the sitting sound and inner mind, we work with the physical heart. Okay? And when we work with alchemy, we work on the upper heart. So the 3 hearts. Okay? So every alchemy are different. So the first step, you work with this. So this area can activate and shining area. So opposite this, we call opposite the scapula T5 and T6, we call the wing point, wing. The scapula like wing. Okay? So right between the scapula, and that is the point. So opposite that is a pump, the mini pump. And you come up the throat center here, opposite here, we call C7. So a bigger bone stick out. We have 7 cervical. This is the C7, the number 7 of your neck. Okay? And you come up here, base of the skull, and that is the cranial pump. Okay? And you hit every day, you get smarter, you know that? Yeah. The small brain is what? A reptilian brain. A very old brain. You can hit any part of the brain. If you hit here, you die. Okay? If you hit very hard, you die. Why? Because control all the basic breathing, heartbeat, everything. This one control it all. We only grow back this bigger brain in later on. Okay? We use too much and we grow up big. So here, the base of the skull, and here, the crown. So 7 pumps. Okay. So let's do it. We call spinal cord breathing. And so you see here, you're increasing the flow. If you sit down, every 6 seconds, 1 cycle. When you sit down, sometimes it's longer. And you don't move, or you don't shake it, or you don't rock it, you get worse. Okay? And so the whole key is that you inhale. So you inhale, expand your chest and fill your back. Okay? And when you exhale, first thing you tuck the circumference. Very important. Tuck the circumference and round your back and sink your chest. Okay? Like that. And you inhale, you reverse back again. And now exhale, circumference, lumbar, and the chest. Now inhale. Now I want you to smile and relax here. And we're going to bring in golden light. Okay? You know, humans nowadays are so oriented with light. Yes, their eye always see color. Okay? It's very important. The color. So we have a very easy concept of light. So when you think about golden light, right away you have, because we see light as a picture. And when the eye see light, we see the color right in the, we call the optic nerve on the back. And you actually see the color or see image. And the brain recognizes, oh, this is color. And when you think golden light, and you start to relax here, and you're breathing in, you start to feel, hey, I breathe in the golden light. And this golden light is the brain color. And golden light is the bone color. So we want to breathe them in, so we call beginning of back to the body. So you inhale, you breathing the golden light into your brain, into your small brain, down to your neck, down to your 12 thoracic, down to your 5 pieces of lumbar, and down to your chest. Okay? And when you exhale, cloudy and gray color, let it go down to the earth. And we're going to talk about that a lot. Emotional, if you believe that they can be recyclable, composable. Okay? And who can do that? Who can do the composable? Who can do that? The earth. Yes or no? You believe that? And if you believe that a lot of emotional, most major 99% of our emotional is what? Composable emotional. Is that good to know? And who you can let go to? Huh? Oh, so good. If you take all the recycled, composable garbage out of the earth, you know what happened to the earth? It die out. You cannot grow anything. And we have nothing to grow now. Yes or no? So, a recyclable garbage can be returned back to the earth, and this is what the Tao talks. Okay? And this is the secret of Chinese. You take all the garbage down to the earth, and the Mother Earth convert them into earth energy, and earth energy is what color? Golden color. Is that good? You see gold every day, what you get? You get gold. This is true, I tell you, you know. And this is true, you know. If you let go emotional, all the problem we have now in this world is what? We hold emotional without we even know. It's so heavy on us. Because why? We are afraid that we let go all the emotional to the earth will become too heavy. Yes? No, I cannot let go. It's going to get heavy and the earth going to sink down. Or maybe the Hercules cannot hold it anymore because you let go all your negative down to the earth. You think so? The earth will be too heavy. And why don't we let go? Because you don't have a receptive. Your bubble spring don't open. Because the bubble spring connecting to where? Earth. If you open it, you let go down to the feet and go down to the earth. Now, once you train yourself, you can let go anything. Why? You have a receptive, somebody ready to take it. If you don't take it, you cannot do it. Okay? So you get that? So this one, the most stressful is where? Think about it. Your spinal cord. Yes or no? It's the most busy traffic in New York, huh? FBI, all the traffic in the yeah. It's very busy. This is the spinal cord. Brain send out everything to the organ and whole body sending everything into the spinal cord up to the brain, up and down, up and down, up and down. You know what? Very busy, crazy busy. So your spinal cord is the most busiest test you can have. If you can breathe in golden light and exhale cloudy and gray color down to the earth, what you gonna get? You feel your relax. Okay? So like the nighttime and you're gonna rest and nighttime. Okay. Inhale.